A new boot this evening from one of my favourite manufacturers, Unmarked, over in Mexico. This is the Supernatural in natural veg tan leather, which we'll speak about in a minute. Unmarked, absolutely fantastic brand, started in 2011 by Hugo Fons over in Leon, Mexico. All about sustainable handmade boots and shoes. Previously featured them with the DBS 03 in black lava. Absolutely fantastic shoes. I've been wearing these an awful lot in the last month or two. Beautifully made, all leather sort of counter on the heel and on the toe. Very, very comfortable. It's got this really interesting Vibram wedge. So this is the 2021 wedge, which I think is super cool. It wears pretty well. It's got a little bit of a smooth bit on the ball of the foot because I've been putting the miles in, but at least as durable as any other wedge you would find. It's got a nice little scoop up to create the heel. It's got sort of a ribbed bottom to give you the traction. I'll be getting this on some Red Wings, which I'll get resold very shortly. Yeah, very nice sole, beautiful boots, or beautiful shoes rather. If you want to have a bit more of the history of Unmarked, do check back on that review because I go into it a little bit more detail. But as I say, these are the Supernatural. Being a natural veg tan leather, this starts out very, very pale, sort of almost pink to my eye, cream maybe to others, depends how that comes out on video, but that will acquire a huge amount of patina over time, and it will need a little bit of care to get the finish I want. Don't particularly want crocking, so the rub off from indigo or anything like that, so we're just going to seal these quickly with a gentle conditioner. Maybe get them out in the sun. The sun will sort of start off that patina, but over time it will develop into something really, really beautiful, like this wallet from Show Your Hem Denim over in Indonesia. But you can see how we can expect that evolution to come. Exactly the same type of leather. It'll be absolutely beautiful in time. So before we get in, have a look at the close-ups. Just a few words on the fit. So following the advice on their webpage, really accurate, really simple. I've gone true to size on these, went true to size on the DBS 03s as well, and that works out perfectly. So this is on the Luigi last, which comes in somewhere between a D and an E. The previous last I had on the shoes was the 360 last, again coming in slightly wider. That was more described as an E, but both of them for my slightly wider English foot, absolutely perfect fit. So follow the advice on the webpage, but my advice, my experience is true to size is pretty much where you want to be on these. So we'll come in for some close-ups, look at the leather, look at the details, how it's been put together, in particular this lovely plantation crepe sole, super soft but super comfortable, so they say. But yeah, we'll come in for some close-ups. Before we do, just a quick fit check. So keeping it simple today, we're going into summer. Got the Benzak Ultra Heavy Tee. Always talk about these, super, super good, really nice fit, hold their shape nicely. And on the legs, we've got my Oni Crushed Concrete Project Jeans, 15 ounce. We'll do an update on those soon. They're coming in nicely. But yeah, let's get in for some close-ups. Just coming in for some close-ups. Obviously the star of the show here is this natural veg tan leather. It's got this really, really light pinky coloration to it. Absolutely beautiful and huge potential for developing its own patina, almost unavoidable. So the plan for me, as I've said, is to give it a little bit of a seal with a very gentle product like this Chamberlain's Leather Milk Healing Balm, which largely coconut oil. Won't darken it too much, but it will create a little bit of a seal over the top, and that will stop any sort of crocking, colour transfer from denim, which some people really would like, but given that I'm going to wear these with probably sort of chinos quite often, don't really want indigo stripes on the ankle really. Little bit of exposure to sunlight that will set it on its way, so the sunlight will naturally darken the leather and the rest will come with time. Lots of examples people can show you, but a couple of good examples from my current collection of items and accessories, leatherware, is this wallet from SYH over in Indonesia. Started out in exactly the same coloration, and over time it's brought in this beautiful and consistent patina. So again, same treatment, a little bit of the healing balm just to seal it, just to control the evolution. This much older belt from Quarter, same story. Started out completely sort of pinky pale colour, and over time it's attracted this much darker patina. This I didn't initially treat. There are a couple of sort of marks which aren't quite to my liking on them, on it, but yeah, beautiful potential for evolution, which is, I guess, what brings you to this type of leather. Just moving around the rest of the boots, so we've got a veg tan, natural wear veg tan on the upper. The veg tan is used throughout this boot, so from the lining, which we'll come and have a look at in a minute, the insole, the welt is veg tan, the heel counter, the toe counter, all things which will shape to your foot. And interestingly, I think probably uniquely for any boot that I've had, they're also talking about a veg tan shank. So normally the shank would be a very rigid material, normally a metal, maybe wood, which just keeps your structure under your foot there, especially when you've got a heel. But yeah, leather. So that'll be interesting to sort of experience whether that yields at all. On the sole, we've got this ultra soft plantation rubber crepe sole. Never had a crepe sole before. If you follow my channel, you'll know that I wear my boots and shoes quite hard and go through my soles quite quickly. This is incredibly soft, and I think that's something Unmarked recognised. And they talk about it being easily replaced. So it's that trade-off between comfort and durability. But I guess what we're doing is we'll just simply tear it off and re-glue another sole onto it. Interestingly, on the heel and toe, we have got obviously layers which build up the sole, and those layers are obviously glued, but also pinned, nailed, and those nails don't go all the way through, so they're kind of superficial, similar to the sort of stitch you have around a sort of more formal sole. I think it's just really to hold it together during construction. Over time, I imagine those aren't going to hang around, but I think it's just for the construction phase. As I say, welted sole. So this is a storm welt, so it's got the little lip around the edge. Shank, we've talked about. And we've also got a cork midsole, so again, will shape to your foot very nicely. On the upper, we've got beautiful stitching. Really, really consistent 4 lines of stitching on the vamp. Nicely shaped heel stay, I guess you'd call it. Double stitch there. Little heel tab pull. On the welt, again, really, really nice consistent stitching all the way through. Very nice. I think these would be suited quite well to resoling with something other than the crepe. If we find that to be not quite durable enough, we'll give it a go. Very interested to see how that goes. On the inside, as we say, we've got a veg tan leather lining. Again, natural veg tan, so that will acquire its own patina. So over time you have a beautifully darkened liner and insole. Insole sort of cut by hand, as is the sole and welt. One interesting thing that we see here, slightly unusual for boots these days, is that we don't have a bellows on the tongue. So I guess we're sort of not picturing this as being the hardened outdoor boot where you're going to be up to your ankle in water. More a boot for around town where comfort's a bit more important. All very, very nicely finished. Hand lasted. Nice brass eyelets all the way up. Waxed cotton laces. Yeah, superb construction. Well, that pretty much brings us to the end of the review. I hope it was useful. If you've had unmarked boots or shoes before, let me know your experiences. Let me know what you think about the sizing. As I say, I think true to size is perfect for me. They do come in slightly wider, so if you've got a narrower foot, you might have different advice to share. Let me know what you think of the quality and the price point. If you've had any of these with the leather shank, that's particularly interesting to me. Let me know how that worked out, and also your general feelings on these plantation rubber soles. Super soft and easily replaced, but I'm not quite sure where we'll be on the durability. I think these look pretty good with the Vibram 2021s that we saw on the DBS 03s, but yeah, let me know your thoughts on these. Okay, well, if you haven't seen the channel before, please do subscribe. Of course, if you found that useful, give it a thumbs up. Just a little bit of an idea of what's coming up. We've got some more of my favourite brand of denim at the moment. We've got Oni. These are the Crushed Concrete 15 ounce in double black. So actually exactly the same weight of fabric and cut as the jeans I'm wearing. So these will give a good excuse to do a quick update on those as well. But the Crushed Concrete, absolutely fantastic, slubby, ultra slubby denim, lots of character, pretty lightweight at 15 ounces, loose weave, so nice and breathable. But yeah, so we'll do a quick video on those in a week or so. Okay, thank you very much. Bye bye.